you horrid plants. Hide your herbage in the stinky dragon and take a taste of our latest tea. If it's the last thing I do drop, it's a mixture of snapper saw spiked tea leaves, a squirt of acidic ginger sap, vampiric peach slices, a dewdrop of water, and mixed with a honeyed botanist. One watering can of this whistle wetter will have you saying, "Feed me, Seymour!" Previously, our adventurers ran into Reggie, the imprudent preacher, trying to soothsay and sway spectators into something silver or pure. B-Team then went their way with the wind and eventually wound up at a furnace where the Baron was berating B-Team's very own private parts. They danced with the axe-wielding devil and saved the soldier from certain suffering. Now the Baron is bound and B-Team is begging a question. Grab a guzzler and let's get back to this gassy goss.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tales of the Stinky Dragon. I'm your Dungeon Master, Gustavo Sorola, and I'm going to hit our 4 players with an arrow.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'm going to allow it this time.
I had a lot of coffee. You can't stop me.
I open my mouth. Like Ace Ventura.
This week's arrow question.
When he gets shot and he just grabs. Yeah, great bit.
Man, what a year for Jim Carrey. The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura all the same year. Like
fire.
What a launch to a career. Anyway.
And also, Liar Liar, I think, was the year after that too, right?
Was it?
I think so. I think it was 94.
Wow.
Yeah, good
I
stuff.
thought it was 96, but maybe I'm wrong.
That was 97. Save it for Stinky Pop.
Oh, 97. You're right. Sorry.
This week's arrow question is, what household chore does your character try to avoid? And that was sent by Crazy Mage 524.
I need dice. Roll them if you got them, boys.
Are we doing a D20? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
11.
19.
14.
5'11" is as tall as I am.
Is it really?
No, it's not. I'm like 5'9" on a good day.
I'm 11'19".
Gus is very tall.
Looks like Natty's up first with a 19, then Gunther with a 14, Doug with an 11, and Tolv with a 5.
Okay.
All right, howdy, y'all. My name is John Reisinger, and I play Natty Wonder, the Drow Warlock. Pausing for a burp.
You got to burp like Natty.
What does she burp like?
I don't know, because I didn't get the burp out.
Smaller arrow.
That's not this week's arrow question. I can't answer that.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
That should be 1 week.
I was always jealous. This is a weird thing to be jealous of. I was always jealous of people who could burp on command. And I think, Barbara, you're one of those people. There you go.
Oh, my God. You're welcome, listeners. Oh, stop.
I think as a young boy, that was always like, that'd be so cool to be able to do this. Anybody who could do it. Like,
but they're always small. They're never very impressive.
Okay, I got it out. All right. What is a household chore that I try to avoid? Was that the question, Mr. Gustavo?
What household chore does your character try to avoid?
So this might come as a surprise to everybody, or maybe it's not a surprise at all, but I actually found that I don't avoid any household chores. And the reason why was that I found that the activity of a household chore, whether it be like vacuuming or doing the dishes or folding them clothes, it brings a little spark of joy in my brain when I complete them. And so I actually found them as a source of it's like therapy. You go around your house and you accomplish a little something and your house feels a little bit better and you feel a little bit better. And so that just became incentive for doing it.
Natty, I have a question for you.
Yes, Doug.
If I were to walk into your house, would your couches be covered in plastic?
Yes, but that's mostly because Gigi kept having messes on them.
Oh, that makes sense. I just picture your house like my grandmother's house. That's like all the plastic furniture, but everything is like very pristine, but like a little vintage.
Yeah, we have a special dining room that no one uses except for special occasions, and we have plates that sit in a little armoire that are only come out for like fantasy Pope.
I also said that in Doug's voice as if it was Doug's grandmother. I'm talking me, Barbara's grandmother.
That's Doug's grandmother. That's Doug's grandmother.
Yeah.
It's canon
I had
now.
an entire house I wasn't allowed into from my aunt. I'm not even kidding. We were only allowed in like the what do you call it? Like when you turn your garage into like a little house.
Converted
like a little studio
thing.
Yeah, I was only allowed that. There was an entire house. And this was like a mansion.
Don't feel bad because you're not allowed in my house either.
Oh man. I know it's true.
When are you going to let Chris know, Gus, that you've actually been inviting all of us over all the time except for Chris?
Don't do that. I can't handle
So
it.
sad.
It's your dinner yesterday, Gus.
That's messed
I
up.
had a great time at your dinner party that you had.
Yeah.
was really
Our
fun.
weekly dinner party at Gus's house.
Yeah, we brought the plates out of the armoire.
I actually have been to Gus's house by myself before.
Like without Gus?
No, Esther was there.
Oh.
Did you call the police, Gus?
The three of us.
Okay, Gus is making a face of like, I do not recall or know what you're talking about.
I have no
It was
idea.
like it was probably 12 years ago, but it happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No recollection, but I'll take it. Oh, yeah. We filmed something there.
No, this was like
Oh,
non-work related.
really?
Okay, this doesn't sound sketchy that Chris is sharing this and Gus doesn't recall it
It
at
was
all.
after a party.
Oh, after a party. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Well, that's my answer. I like doing chores. I like them.
All right. Thank you, Natty. I appreciate you sharing. Next up was Gunther. Hello, Gunther.
Hi, I'm Gunther, the male crowfolk fighter. True. True. I do not. What?
Sorry, that was what's his name?
Hans Gruber.
That was Gruber. Yeah.
It was.
No, I do. I think it is not. It is to have one that is to not hold their house. It fills one with shame because from my home where the winds blow so hard and you must hold it so that there's nothing to topple you. Those who do not help hold the house, it brings so much shame.
What is your house made out of?
It is in the desert, so the winds that they blow, and so you must hold things down so that brace against them so that the wind does not blow them off. Yes.
Gunther, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Did you just read from the Bible? What was that?
Do you have a carbon monoxide detector in your home?
No, I do not.
He sounds like a beta version of ChatGPT.
So okay, let me rewind a little bit here, Gunther. I'm going to see if we can connect.
Yes.
So the question was, what household chore does your character try to avoid? And your answer is not holding down the house because of the wind?
No, I do not try to avoid it. It is something I'm telling you. It is a chore that everyone must help with because when in a windstorm, if you are not protecting the things that you need in your house, then yes, it will blow.
So you cannot avoid that one.
No. A household chore I do not like is to when the tadpoles and their tails begin to fall. I do not like cleaning them.
Wait. Okay.
He doesn't like cleaning the tadpole tails.
Yeah, so that's something new to me about them frog-like creatures.
Yes.
I didn't know they fell off like a lizard.
The nubs do eventually. They slowly become smaller, and then they become a little nub, and then they come off in pieces. It's gross.
Oh my God.
Because then also you must gather them, and they're cooked into the pot.
That makes sense.
They do lose their tails. I just looked it up.
No, Gunther just told us. You don't have to look it up.
I know, Gunto knows the most about his species.
Now,
More
be
than us.
clear, I would not eat the tadpole tails. That's not something I do.
I don't think anyone was.
No.
I figure if you did, it'd be like when you eat the placenta, that kind of thing.
Yes, I don't know what that is.
Doug, that's a thing. Sorry, Doug. I saw your face when I said that. That's a thing.
Humans are weird.
I know, Doug, you have said you have no intention of ever having babies, so I'm teaching you about that kind of stuff.
Wait, the tadpoles reabsorb their tails. They don't
that's
drop off.
my understanding.
Yes. See, they primarily absorb it, but after a certain point, because of the dry air, it becomes withered, and then they must come off.
So Blaine, you're thinking of frogs. Gunther's talking about croak folk.
Yeah, I'm learning about croak folk here.
Right.
My
and
bad.
So you said, Gunther, that you would not eat them, but didn't you say earlier you put them in a pot?
Yes.
Or is that just like for disposal?
No, they are to be eaten. But not for me.
But you don't eat them.
No, yes. See, they be primarily for the animals.
Oh.
The animals. I will say this. My best mate, Bunlap, he is so funny. He ate his own tail once, and I was like, do not do it, Bunlap. That is gross.
Bunlap, that's a cool name.
Yes, and he did it. And I said, don't do it. And he did it.
What a cut up.
So
that
if
one lap.
either of you begin to eat your tail, I may laugh, but I shall not join in.
Well, I think
Only one of us
Natty
is a
might be the
tail.
only one with a tail.
And we're still trying to and we still do not know where this tail came from. Natty, The people want to know.
I will not eat it. I will not, no matter how much the Arab dries it out.
I have a theory that if we were to get Gunther inebriated enough, I think we'd go full reverse and we'd get clear sentences. I think it's like it'd be an opposite effect. Like he would just go up high register and talk a little bit like me.
Do you think you get maybe like a British accent or something? Like, cheers, my dear.
I had this friend. His name was Stefan Urkel, and yeah, he was like that. It was Stephen Urkel's alternate character when he went to his machine.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Thanks, Gunther. That was a journey to get there, but we did. And I feel like I'm all the richer as a person for having experienced that journey with you. Next up in the booth, we have Doug. Doug, have a seat.
I just had a weird realization. Do you think a lot of our audience even knows who Stephen Urkel is?
Probably not.
Yeah, we have a lot of old. Not old. I mean, they're old because I'm old. Hey, I'm old, guys, so I can call you old. We have a lot of people my age in our group.
Leave a comment if you don't know who Stephen Urkel is.
Yeah, the Venn diagram of knowing Urkel and knowing his alter egos is pretty small, I bet.
Yeah. Only 6.1% of our audience is 45 or older.
Well, I'm not 45.
I think millennials know.
In that range. Yeah. Okay, so 35 and older, what are we looking at? About 22%?
Or like 30 and older. Yeah.
That's a quarter. That's a quarter of our people.
Yeah, there you go.
They listen to us to get cultured, okay? They walk away with more knowledge about things they did not know.
Me and my mamas used to sit down and watch TGIF every week.
Dude, that was so good. I love TJ.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm Doug, played by Barbara Dunkelman. And I'm a artificial bugbear level 3, subclass battlesmith. And, Doug actually, you might not suspect this looking at Doug, but Doug actually, just like Nanny, keeps a tidy home.
I believe it.
He values his possessions. He keeps everything neat. And, he likes meticulous activities and all that stuff. The one thing Doug tries to avoid but can't because it would be detrimental if he avoided this one.
Detrimental.
Doug doesn't like cleaning the toilet. But a little maybe TMI for the group, but Doug can destroy a toilet.
God, it's like flushing birthday cakes in there. What are you doing?
I do know, not from personal experience from a friend, that if you do have a hairy derriere, it does cause complications in the turlet.
Can we not talk about that? Sorry. This is gross.
We're called Stinky Dragon.
You
it's
just
okay.
talked about a shriveled piece of body coming off of a person and them eating it.
The frog tail, not butt hair. And
Jingleberries?
Yeah.
Call them
Anyways,
what they are.
Gus is losing it. I love it.
Doug fashioned himself a bidet, actually, for in his home. So he actually created one for his specific toilet. So he gets nice and clean.
You create water.
Exactly. But the toilet itself, there's no bidet for the toilet itself. So you got to clean that.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably, I bet that's a lot of people's least favorite activity, if I had to guess.
I bet you it's a really good use of the create water spell.
Oh.
I don't have that.
Gunther, what do you think about using water for that purpose?
It is a waste.
I thought you might say that.
Water is a very precious material, and for you to be using it only for those things that you do not need.
How do you put your doo-doos away?
You bury them in the sand like a normal person.
And then you drag your butt through the sand.
And like a normal human.
That's like, oh my gosh. That's like, when you go to the beach and you just got sand everywhere, but worse.
All right. Doug, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Get out of here because it's Tolv's turn to get in here.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Yeah, yoo-hoo, it's me, Tolv, and I am played by some guy named Blaine, and I am a male orc barbarian. I'm a little flustered at this question, Gus, or sorry, Vustago.
Mr. Master.
I have not forgotten. No one tells you when you get a beard how hard it is to maintain the beard and how much hair goes everywhere. So like in the sink, in the shower, just all over the place, beard hairs everywhere, my long, beautiful curly locks. So that's very frustrating, and I think that is the chore that I hate the most. Yeah.
I have a question.
Tolv recognizes Gunther.
So for a household chore, but do you not live on a ship? Now, are those not meant to blow? So why would you try and hold it?
No, I grew the beard. I acquired the beard after I moved from the ship. They were very, very strict about appearances on the ship, ironclad. So anywho.
Y'all know how pirates are all about a manicured look.
Listen, you have not met Ironclad, and I hope that you do not meet Ironclad.
I love meeting new people.
Well, no, you do not want to meet these people.
I'm sure he ain't that bad.
Oh, you just wait till my very tragic backstory, okay, Natty?
Tolv, if you'll allow me to break the fourth wall for a moment here.
Go ahead.
Tolv does all the time.
That's actually a great setup and segue for any of our listeners. If you head over to stinkydragonpod.com, and you can sign up for the free level of our Patreon. The other day, I uploaded a behind the scenes look at how we recorded episode 4 and what the players hear. So I uploaded my rendition of the Jarl Ironclad voice on our Patreon. So it's available for everyone, even if you're just a free member. So head over to stinkydragonpod.com if you're curious to hear what the players hear when we record it, because the final version is obviously very polished with music and sound effects and actual good voice actors. Hey, if you want to hear something crappy, stinkydragonpod.com.
That's where all the crappies are.
Was that it? Was that your plug? Talking about Ironclad so willy-nilly, so happy, go happy. He's very mean.
I need to point out, this is a very specific reference, so people would have had to seen both. So the voice you did for Jarl Ironclad is very similar, in my opinion, to the voice you tried to do as Elga in our narrative telephone episode with Critical Role.
Oh, that's funny, yeah.
It has a little bit of a similar cadence, and I was just like, general, European something.
Who knows? It's just garbage. Who knows?
And for our pro Stinky listeners, it's also the German dad from Stinky Dragon Adventures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kilit? Or
Kilit.
Gus is a professional voice actor.
No.
It speaks.
Yeah, you are. You have been published and paid to do that for games and TV and movies.
Gus, you were in Halo 3, bro.
I was in Halo 3.
Yeah.
And also the longest running web series of all time.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So cleaning up after trimming your beard. Got it. Thanks, Tolv.
Yeah. Mostly losing hair. It's the shedding that gets me. Yeah. Big long strands.
I do not have hair.
Yeah, I know.
Do you ever get well, that's a separate hour question.
Yes.
Okay.
You met our friend named Hairless Hutch?
You two might get along great. All right, let's dive into it. All right, yeah, you managed to incapacitate the Baron, and you tie her up and restrain her. And so I know your aim is to kind of interrogate here. So what's the first question you all want to ask the Baron?
Why are we fighting each other?
The Baron looks at Gunther, opens her mouth and says,
for power.
Okay, I have a more direct question. What or who or where is the Pathfinder you keep asking about that we ain't got no idea what you're talking about?
Yeah, what's the miles per gallon on the Pathfinder? I mean, we're in the market.
What's a brand of car is that? Is that a
Nissan.
Kia? Nissan?
Yeah, yeah.
Nissan's a cool name.
Nissan is a cool name. A very mid car, though.
Everyone listening who has a Nissan going, oh.
Hey.
Yeah, every Nissan I've had I liked.
Nissan and Honda are going to merge.
I just wish that they would fix the look of their trucks. Their trucks look so
I never bought a truck.
What do you know of the Honda Accord?
And fairness seeks the Pathfinder, so I seek the Pathfinder.
Do you work for Infernus?
Y'all in cahoots?
I am Undarian.
That's a non-answer.
No, that's an answer to me.
Of course.
There you go. Hey, was that so hard to just answer directly?
So Infernus seeks the Pathfinder, but we don't know what it is.
So you claim?
Yes. Do you want to test if I'm telling the truth?
Let's play a little role playing. Let's imagine that none of us know what the Pathfinder is. In the event that that's true, what would you say in order to explain to us what, who, or where is the Pathfinder?
We will help you look for it, but we don't know what to look for.
We're not making promises like that, Gunther. This is not necessarily we're joining up with them. I'm just seeking information.
No, maybe we are. Wink, wink.
I like the idea that 12 says vink, vink.
That's
I
a
have
Swedish
to do it.
wink.
I cannot actually wink on command. I must say it in order for it to happen.
Maybe cough next time.
Cough, cough.
Okay, don't worry about them, Baron. Just answer my question.
So your question is, what is the Pathfinder?
Yeah, I was saying let's play in a world where we don't know what it is.
Yeah, totally imaginary world. Vink, vink. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
A demigod.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, Private Parts, I guess, would be like tapping on Gunther's shoulder and whispering into his ear.
Yes. What?
The demigod of directions.
Oh.
Everyone make a perception check.
Can I also request another check to see if I know of this demigod?
Yeah, make me a religion check as well then for Natty.
Okay, I'm gonna do perception first and then religion.
7.
21 for perception for Doug.
20 for 12.
Can I do that too? Can I do a religion check? Is that cheat? Is that copying?
You can do both.
You look at your own test.
You got to give me a perception check first, though.
I did.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
You got an 8.
Yeah.
7 for that's a hard sentence. 7 for perception, 18 for religion. End of sentence.
So Doug and Tolv, you both hear like footsteps and sounds approaching the southern door. And then like a split second later, that door opens. But I'll deal with that in a second. I got to deal with these religion checks first.
Didn't even get to ask a question. Gosh.
Gunther with a 7. You're not entirely certain, but you're kind of like, I would think you like look at Private Parts a little bit quizzically. But however, Natty, you had like a 18, was that it?
Yes, I'm very religious.
You think you remember the Pathfinder is the demigod of directions. I guess you wouldn't have heard Private Parts say that, but you know that independent of Private Parts saying it.
Obviously.
And you know, as such, as being the demigod of directions, it can be very difficult to find the Pathfinder. Because the Pathfinder kind of controls directions, right? So it's hard to find. And the Pathfinder knows how to find hidden things.
Does it come with GPS? Oh, sorry.
It's not a GPS. If I might ask a question about my check, Mr. DM, would I know? Because it seemed, I think when we talked to the who is that SOB in the pile of silver, the Wind Trader. When the Wind Trader, he was associated with Tov's god, the Water Gentleman,
Water Gobbler. Yeah,
the Water Gobbler. Is the god of directions associated with the specific god of the Pantheon? Just out of curiosity.
Are you asking if they're related to each other?
Usually demigods were sired by someone who's another god. You can't be a demigod unless there's a god above you somewhere.
I see. So do they share the same
lineage?
Okay, yeah. I would say you don't think so.
Could I team huddle real quick?
Yeah. Well, the door's open.
Yeah, I got to deal with the door in a second. The Pathfinder, is associated with the Veiled Eye and not the same as what you encountered before.
But the Veiled Eye is one of our gods. That's what the answer is?
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask this later. I'll let y'all do what you want to do.
Sorry to interrupt your team huddle, Doug, but that door does open. And you see an orc and a gnome walk in. The orc is holding a rum bottle, and the gnome is holding a whip of some kind. And they seem to be arguing with each other when they stop and turn and look at you two. You four.
Do we recognize them?
No, you do not.
Yoo-hoo!
Hello, you've caught us at an awkward moment, perhaps?
The orc kind of like tries to hide the rum bottle a little bit behind her and says,
what's going on in here?
I should ask you the same question. Are you drinking on the job? Wink, 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 wink.
Stop saying it. Stop
I'm sorry,
saying
I'm sorry.
it. We
I'm very
got it.
nervous.
We
I'm
got
glad
it.
Just follow my lead.
I am.
I, for one, like to hear the winks, because if I don't see Toll's face, I want to know he's winking,
Well, it's easier to pick up on the cues when you get multiple sensory inputs.
That's right. Thumbs up. Yeah.
When we are trying to be sneaky, it is good to say aloud.
What he said.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, is that so? Well, does the boss know about that?
It's funny you should say that. We were just talking about that. You see, I think I'm the boss, but Murphin claims she is the boss. Which one do you think is the boss?
Oh, Murphin is a pretty hard worker.
See? Murphin, worker. You work, I'm the boss.
And Murfin turns to look at the orc and says,
No, I'm in charge. I told you they left me in charge. You answer to me.
Are they dressed in a certain way?
The orc looks like she has a child. She's kind of young with a childish face and has a badger pauldron. And the gnome is a little bit older, maybe middle-aged, and she's got scarred lips, and she's wearing a tinsel tunic and has that whip in her hand.
Did you just say tinsel tunic?
Yeah.
As in a tunic made of tinsel?
Yeah, tinsel tunic. What don't you understand about that?
Yeah, duh. You never seen a tinsel tunic before?
Are they like are they gonna dance the Charleston? What is this tunic?
Did you ask her?
I love your tunic. I would love to know where you got such a flashy piece of fashion.
Well, that's an interesting story. You see, when I was younger, I wanted to train large cats in the circus, but I just couldn't seem to make it work. You know, the cats were bigger than me. They wanted to eat me. They never respected me. So I wasn't able to complete that, but I liked the outfit and the whip.
She kind of like flings it in the air a little bit.
So here I am.
While this is going on, can Gunther make sure he's keeping an eye on the Baron?
Make me a perception check.
Yeah, spoiler, Baron's gone.
The tinsel distracted us. It's too shiny.
Just a little shimmy in and just you can't help but look that direction.
Natty, I knew you would ask about the tinsel tunic. You want it for yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, you turn around to look, and the Baron seems to be making a break for the door to the west.
Oh! Can I jump to pursue? Or like leap to pursue or grab?
Yeah. What do you want to do? You just want to like jump and try to make a grapple?
Oh, yeah, how far away are they?
She hasn't made it that far yet. We'll say she's 5-10 feet away.
Use your tongue. Use your tongue.
Well, that doesn't have that great of a
don't use your tongue.
Strength. I will go for an attack. For it to be non-lethal.
So it'd have to be melee then.
Yeah, a melee attack, non-lethal. Can I do that?
Yeah, roll it. Hey, you're the boss. I'm just here to tell a story.
That's a 13.
I don't have that open. I'm pretty sure that's a hit. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think 12 was hitting last time we were in combat.
Yeah, that's a hit.
I would also then like to use a superiority die to make it a trip attack.
Ooh.
Sure. And just to like paint a picture for the audience, like what weapon or like how are you attacking? What does that look like?
So Gunther turns, sees him, basically leaps forward, whacks basically with the back of the head with like the non-stabby part of his sword, and then while the Baron is like wobbly, then swings, because Gunther has long legs, swings around to make a trip with his legs.
Nice.
And so you said sword, I want to be clear. It's a rapier, so it's like instead of poking like you normally do with a rapier, you just like kind of hit with the dull side.
Yeah.
Do rapiers have much of a dull side?
Well, they have like the guard.
Mine does.
It's like the Princess Bride, you know.
Okay. I think of like almost like toothpicks. They're like long and thin and pointy. Yeah, roll your damage, Gunther, if you didn't already.
That is a 10 for damage. And then for my superiority die on tripping, when you hit with the weapon attack, you spend 1 superiority die to add the total to the damage roll. And if the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw of DC 14. On a failure, they are prone. So that's an extra 8 D8 I'm going to roll.
She is large. I'm going to go ahead and make that strength saving throw. She's got a +5 on it.
Dang.
That's a total for 17 damage.
I rolled a 24 on the save.
Dang.
But it doesn't matter because 17 damage plops her back down unconscious on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Dog pile! Cole jumps on top and secures her with more rope.
The orc kind of takes a sip from her rum and says,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I take Gigi over to the door that is the exit door, and I kind of pull him with his leash, and he's holding the axe still. And I say, Gigi, you watch her. You watch her.
Make a roll.
I rolled an 8.
I would like to think that Gigi keeps following you around wherever you go, Natty.
The more violent version of that is Gigi just decapitates the Baron.
Oh, I should have done that.
Gigi!
Hey everyone, I want to tell you about something really awesome we're doing over on our Patreon. We've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, the award-winning D&D video game, but completely in character as Mud, Bart, Kyborg, and Gum Gum. So if you think our normal adventures are chaotic, wait until you see us in a fully open world RPG where anything is possible. Bart's looking for love, Kyborg tries to solve every problem with backflips, Mud tricks me into using art as a weapon, and Gum Gum is learning about life and where babies come from. So if you like the Infinites, this is for you, and it's only on our Patreon. We've got a whole collection of exclusive gameplay videos, like John and I playing Elden Ring as Gunther from Campaign 3. There's also D&D one-shots and mini-campaigns with new characters and wild adventures. So go to stinkydragonpod.com, where you can access all of our exclusive content and a bunch of other cool perks. That's stinkydragonpod.com. It is the best place to directly support the making of this show. Thank you so much.
I was really hoping that the two NPCs were going to keep you guys distracted and the Baron was going to be able to make a break out of here without you guys realizing. So curse you, Chris.
Way to go, Gunther.
Are we able to carry the Baron back to like the
leather table?
The leather table?
You could. The Baron is large, so I don't think you specifically could, Gunther, but a couple of you might be able to together.
I need help.
I will help.
At this point, some Grelp begin walking in from that southern door as well. They've got silver ore with them, and they begin approaching the refinery to begin smelting silver. They begin operating the machinery that's in that room.
Do they even look at us at all?
It seems like they're focused on their task at hand.
And they don't care about the Baron either?
It just seems like they're just carrying the silver ore and going up to the smeltery.
Could Gunther, who's knowledgeable with smithing, go up, and he's already also has the belt like he's been smithing, go up to the melted ore, nod at the Gwelp or whatever they are, and get some silver, and then go back to the Baron and like use the metal to like pour over some metal to like smelt the handcuffs, some like crude handcuffs.
What would you mold them into?
So I'm imagining if the Baron's hands were like, what is the Baron wearing?
Tinsel dress?
No. She's in a dress version of the tunic.
She's wearing that petrified wooden armor.
Well, yeah, I think I would take some metal from the unsmelted and kind of just like, I don't know. I have that stick that melts metal and just trying to create like some sort of metal bonds that could hold them onto the table.
You can try. You don't necessarily have like a mold to pour that metal into, like to shape it.
It might hurt them.
Right.
Do we want to hurt them?
Can Tolv go over to the smelter and make a semi-automatic rifle and maybe a supercomputer?
I have faith in you, Tolv. I think you could do it.
I think I could do this.
Yeah, you don't know until you try, right?
I'm just gonna wing it though.
I mean, I have a proficiency in smithing tools.
Right, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like when you want to make something, you have to have a mold to shape it. Like, are you just gonna pour the silver around the Baron's wrists and let it cool like that?
Just custom like components and pieces.
They have their wood armor, so I'm just gonna like pour it over so it all solidifies over the armor so that they're like bound together, but it's not necessarily like melting their skin.
I see. All right, yeah. So you get some molten silver and pour it over the armor portion of the Baron, the petrified wooden armor, to try to fashion restraints. What kind of check would that be for that kind of proficiency, do you think, Chris? Do you have something in mind you could roll for that?
Sleight of hand? I don't know.
Yeah, let's call it sleight of hand, for lack of a better thing.
21.
Yeah. You manage to hold the liquid hot metal and pour it over the petrified wooden armor, and it begins sizzling a little bit and cooling down over the armor. And as it does so, the armor bursts into flames.
Oopsies.
And it very quickly spreads over the rest of the wooden armor, igniting the Baron in fire.
Cool, very cool.
No, it is hot. We need to put it out.
Does Tolv see any buckets of water or anything to extinguish this? Or sand?
She might be resistant to fire damage.
Possibly, but they are on their last leg, like about to die, and this could be the thing that puts them over.
I wish I'd looked through my inventory before I came up with this stupid plan. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, you find a small bucket, Tolv, of water that you think might be for quenching hot metal.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go quench that hot fire, put it out.
Yeah, you toss the bucket of water onto the fire and extinguish it, but the Baron lies there unmoving.
Are they dead?
Make a medicine check.
Okay, Dr. Toll reporting for duty. That's an 18. Oh my God.
Where did you go to medical school?
Oh, the classic University of Scarvard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scarvard.
You must have learned a lot at Garvard because you can tell that the Baron is no more.
Right.
Yeah. While on the ship, Tolv was a certified rope doctor.
Oh, right. What a callback.
Good callback.
I also thought he said Scarvard, and I thought that was very funny.
I did, but we're going to just go with Garvard because,
oh,
it's fine. They're dead.
Who cares where you went to school at this point?
The orc and the gnome look at each other and say,
Well,
now we really need to figure out who is in charge.
They both begin arguing again about who's in charge.
You don't know the
I'm
first
the
thing
leader.
about management.
No, you
what
would
are
be
you
a terrible
talking about?
leader.
If you were
You
the
don't know
leader,
the
you would
first
literally
thing
put
about
the L in
management.
leader. Like,
I'm
absolutely not.
trained
You
for
exist in
this.
that day because
It's
you're
in
that
my
bad of a
blood.
leader.
Oh, it is me.
They're ignoring you, Gunther.
Okay. Natty grabs Doug
Hello.
while everything that Gunther and Tolv are doing is happening.
Quick. Oh no, it's...
Nope. You guys are having your adventure. I'm gonna have a separate adventure. I'm grabbing Doug.
This is background noises of panic.
That's fine.
Oh no.
I grab Doug over to the orc and the gnome. So the orc and the gnome are not dressed in any sort of official looking garb, and they are not dressed the same.
No, they're not dressed the same at all. Make an insight check for me, Natty.
5 check.
Is it possible? Could I also do a check to see if like this tinsel could have been made out of the silver that they've mined? Like, is that something that is a material that could have been made from silver?
Interesting.
I'll give that one to you, Doug, without a check, just because you're a battlesmith and just because of Doug's tinkering nature.
Yeah.
This does not look like it's made out of silver or that it was manufactured here at this facility.
Okay.
Dirty 20 on insight check.
Okay. There's something about the orc that strikes you familiar. It's something about the way that she carries herself or the way that she talks. It reminds you very much of your training during basic training, almost like she's familiar with the Mortalion.
And remind me, one was named Murfin. Who was Murfin?
Murfin was the gnome.
Look at you. Good job. Do you take an inspiration die, Barbara?
I already have one.
Thank you, Barbara. And we don't have a name of the orc.
No, I don't think anyone's asked for the orc's name yet.
Howdy, y'all.
They pause their heated argument and both turn and look at you. They seem angry, not at you necessarily, but with each other.
I'm Natty. This is my buddy, Doug. I heard your name is Murfin. What's y'all's name? And points to the orc.
Murfin does not allow the orc to answer and instead interjects and says,
That's Keba.
Keba. Murfin and Keba, I'd be so curious. How do y'all find yourselves down here in this silver mine coming into this room?
They both at the same time almost answer the exact same thing.
I'm in charge of silver production here.
Oh.
Now, Keba, what is it that you're wearing?
She looks at herself like,
Oh, these are badger pauldrons.
What about your pauldrons?
Are the pauldrons that are on her shoulder, are they shaped like the face of badgers?
yeah, they're like pauldrons are like a piece of armor that go on the shoulders, and it's like they look almost kind of like badgers.
Okay.
They look very decorative.
I've never heard the word pauldrons until today.
I realized that. I was like, oh, there may be a misunderstanding here. Let's expand on what this is.
Warcraft really prepared me for D&D a
I was
lot.
gonna say this is expanding my vocabulary more than I ever thought possible.
Lots of D&D as a teenager and lots of World of Warcraft in my early 20s. Keba continues and says,
Yeah, our friends Hannah and Grego told us about this job, so we came down here.
Oh. You guys associated with Reggie?
Reggie? Oh, we know Reggie. You all met him?
Yeah. What's y'all's check on Reggie?
Oh, we're all a part of Chaste Chain, but Reggie takes it a little too far. Well, it seems like he's trying to take a different path with his work, if you know what I mean.
We know Hanno and Grego.
We do. Why do we know Hanno and Grego?
They were possessed gardeners. We met them upstairs with the Baron.
They were the possessed gardeners. Yeah.
So they might not be with us anymore, kind of like the Baron.
Well, that's your job to make sure the Baron stays with us.
While this is going on, Gunther and Tolv are realizing the Baron is dead.
Is the Baron dead?
yes, the Baron is no more.
Jesus.
I passed the medicine check, yeah.
And frantically coming up with a Weekend at Bernie's style methodology of keeping the Baron alive and well.
I'll let you all continue work on that.
Yeah.
I'll get in here and stick my hand in here.
Can you go smelt a pair of sunglasses?
Yes.
You know, my buddy here, Doug, and I, we've been actually looking to join a faction. We're kind of factionless right now. You know, when you find yourself in that kind of situation. And I've heard a little bit about the Chaste Chain. Now, I know y'all love them silver, and that's why you're down here doing your job. You guys also are all about the wood. Are you guys the reason why all that pesky wood was cleared upstairs on the ground floor? I'm referring to the trees being cut down.
Yeah.
It's not our purview, but yes, the Chaste Chain did handle all that. I mean, we handle all the silver down here.
Oh, okay. Do you know what, like, the big overall plan is to do with all this silver? Because them grelps, they busy.
Make a persuasion check for me, because I feel like this is something she wouldn't necessarily offer up.
18.
Wow, look at you. Natty's just so charismatic.
That's why I have those modifiers.
Murfin begins answering, but then Keba puts her hand over Murfin's mouth and continues answering.
Okay.
Well, we have to smelt the silver as offerings.
To the Pathfinder.
She has a quizzical look on her face and says,
To the Wind Trader.
And the Wind Trader is the one who likes the silver.
Oh, that's right, Doug. Thank you. That guy, he was all about the silver.
Silver eyes. Weird guy.
Yeah, very weird. Do you guys also, I guess, like, worship the Wind Trader? Like, is he your god?
I'll tell you what, Doug, you make me a persuasion check as well.
This is not gonna go well.
It's gonna go great.
7.
That's a good 7.
Murfin bites Keba's hand so that Keba pulls it away and yelps in pain. And Murfin says,
We just have a deal with the Wind Trader.
What kind of deal?
A deal?
Murfin kind of like squints and like looks at you a little suspiciously, Doug.
Do you guys know the Baron over there?
Tolv waves the Baron's out. Hello!
Both Gunther and Tolv, make me performance checks.
You guys also have to be doing a Scottish accent, just so you know.
Yeah, what does the Baron sound like?
Scottish.
It's just, Scottish accent.
Posh.
Yeah.
Which is apparently Scottish.
Scottish. Man, I can't even summon.
Yes.
That's no. That's all right.
Do mud.
14.
18. Gunther's having a seizure.
What was the question that you just said? So I know what to answer. I already forgot.
I said, do y'all know the Baron over there? And you guys started turning into puppeteers.
My lads, good to see you again. We're killing it. We're doing so good.
Yes, they are dead.
I'm dying.
They are dead. We must pretend they are not.
How'd that go, Gus?
I'm gonna make insight checks.
It was an 18. Come on.
No, your roll was good, but I still just have to roll some insight checks on my side. 1 and a 7.
I think we got it, Gunther.
We go to high five each other, but it's just a clap.
the Baron's hands.
Keba and Murfin look at each other and look at you, and you see Keba put the stopper in her bottle of rum and stash it in her pack.
He's getting serious over there.
Is Keba going to answer me?
Sorry, I was so caught up with the performance, I forgot about your question.
It worked on Gus. It was
Yeah, it
successful.
worked on me. It was really good.
The Baron, well, she's got her own deal. She works with us here, but she seems really focused on finding the Pathfinder and keeps wanting to head out to Enderidge Bay. You can ask her about that.
Guys, isn't that where we're from?
Yeah.
Yes. Fort Endridge was where we were.
Yeah, you all are from Fort Endridge. You are supposed to head out to Endridge Bay.
Oh. We're heading west to the Endridge Bay.
Correct.
And speaking of
Oh my god.
deal,
Sounds like Mr. Bean.
speaking of our deal, I'd like to renegotiate. What were we offering you?
I do love how we have someone in this party who can do good persuasion checks and performance, but Gunther jumps in.
This is what we got.
Well, you're not in the body of the.
Yeah, this is what you work with what you're given. Gunther, make me a performance check at disadvantage because that was not a great Scottish accent.
What? You don't think so?
Don't think so.
All right.
If you're Scottish, get in the comments and let us know what you think.
That's a 5 and a 7. If I use my inspiration die, does it just replace one of them?
Yeah, it would replace one of them.
So it's gonna be bad no matter what.
Yeah.
I bit my tongue.
They look at the Baron and kind of ignore that question. Instead, refocus their attention back on Natty and Doug.
Well, I'm all out of inquiries. Doug, you got questions?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions, actually. Keba, I can't help but feel that you feel familiar. Have we met you before?
Keba looks very closely and very intently at you, Doug, like examining your face, and says,
Nope, can't say I have. At least I don't think I have. I don't really know many bugbears.
Where were you before you started working here?
Make an insight check.
23.
You see Keba like tense up a little bit, seeming like she doesn't like that question.
Oh, I wandered around for a bit before finding the Chaste Chain.
I grabbed Giggy and I hold Giggy up to Keba and I let Giggy smell her.
Yeah, Giggy gets up in there real close to Keba.
Yeah. Hey, Giggy, do we know her?
Make a roll for Giggy here.
Giggy don't forget smells. 16. Give me this one.
How does Giggy communicate with you exactly?
Well, you know how like when toddlers are talking in like their broken garble stuff, but usually the parent is the one who can translate it because you hear him so much doing that stuff, you kind of figure it out. That's me and Giggy. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
You think Giggy mentioned something about Mortalion?
Ooh. Okay, where's Private Parts?
I would assume over there, because Private Parts was behind Gunther, so I assume Private Parts is over there with the whole Baron shenanigans.
And I make the Baron salute Private Parts.
That's confusing for so many reasons.
Parts, get your butt over here.
Parts comes running over.
Oh, does Parts recognize Keba?
That's what I'm going for. Yeah.
Whoa.
Parts, do you know Keba?
Parts looks at Keba and then begins looking down at his notes, kind of like going through them, and says,
Keba Bucky?
Oh.
I thought you went MIA.
Keba looks visibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I may have spent some time in the Mortalion in the past.
Doug is taken aback by this.
What? You were part of the Mortalion? That's crazy. Who would do such a thing?
Barb's looking around like a shifty person. That's where you got to say the wink wink.
Yeah, so you left the Mortalion, you joined up with the Chaste Chain. Is that the story?
Make a persuasion check.
17.
Keba lets out a long sigh and says,
I saw many battles and was witness to and performed many terrible things by my own hand. But one day I saw an opportunity. My commanding officers couldn't find me, and everyone thought I was dead. So why not take advantage of that?
The Baron nods knowingly.
And then rubs their chin with her hand. She's very interested.
At this point, Natty is trying to obscure vision of the Baron with her wig as much as possible. Well, I'm running out of inquiries and understanding of what we're supposed to do down here. The Baron is dead. I'm saying this in John's voice. You guys understand I'm meta talking.
Speaking of meta talk, I just want to point something out here.
Yeah.
Not to feel like you got railroaded here, but there's one vulnerability listed on the character sheet for the Baron, and it's vulnerable to fire.
Oh, really?
Oh, I trust you, Gus. As soon as one of our party was like, I'm going to pour molten silver on a living person, I was like, okay, this will end well.
So just putting that out there.
Usually when you heat metals up enough to be liquid, they're safe to put on biological organisms.
At least we still have a body to animate.
That's what a sociopath says.
I think a necromancer, but who knows? Same thing.
Yeah. Well, we kind of got stuck down here against our wishes. We were wandering around doing some business upstairs, and then we fell in a hole that we weren't even planning on falling into. And then we came across the Baron, and we weren't even trying to come across the Baron. Mm-hmm. And so we're kind of like down here without any direction. We met the Wind Trader. That guy was a whole character, and so we ain't got really a problem with the Chaste Chain, and they're not really part of our objective at this point. I'm saying this to everybody, I guess, basically. Tove's in charge.
Yeah, hello. I wave with the Baron's arm.
Tove, what are we gonna do?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna drop the Baron and I'm gonna walk over and be like, hello, Murphin and Keba, good to see you. So, you know how the Baron was looking for the Pathfinder? They told you about that, right?
Baron nods.
Right, Baron, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
No, shut up. Do Murphy and Keba know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they mentioned it themselves that
Okay.
the Baron was looking for the Pathfinder.
Okay. Do you guys have any information on that? Did they have any leads?
Murphin will answer.
No, that's the Baron's thing. We're just down here smelting silver.
Okay, got you. So, like...
You could ask her. She's right over there.
Oh, no, she's very sleepy. Right, Baron?
By the way, I rolled a dice because I wanted to check to see what Gigi was doing at this point because I had in my head positive and negative was doing. I rolled a nat 1. Gigi is chewing on the Baron's foot. I just want to make that very clear now, okay?
Love it.
Gigi knows what dead is.
Murphin also says,
Yeah, I don't know about the Pathfinder necessarily, but the Baron kept talking about getting revenge against someone in Endridge Bay.
Did she name any names?
I don't know. Some council. The Council of Conversation? That's her thing.
Council of Barbarians.
Oh, no, the Council of Barbarians definitely didn't do anything wrong.
My lips are sealed.
Today.
Okay, so Murphin and Keba, let's share information. How can we help you if you can help us? Because we might have been aligned in our goals to get to Endridge Bay, unlike the Baron. And so maybe we can help each other out. You know, we need to get out of there, but this cave system is so winding and winding, and there's so many things. So we're trying to get over there. So, like, how could you point us in the right direction?
Keba would answer, points to the western exit and goes,
Go out that door and keep heading west. You'll end up at the next level above and head up from there.
Muffin, I gotta ask. Oh, maybe not Muffin, actually. I'll let Keba speak for herself. Why did you leave the Mortalion? Like, what was wrong with it?
You all look like you're pretty fresh in it, but battle and war can be very violent and ugly. And I'd had enough of it.
I hear that. I mean, we should probably... I don't know if we have any more information. They don't seem to know where the Pathfinder is. We're behind on our mission to get to Endridge Bay. We got parts. I think we should get out of here because we're kind of in a bee's nest.
What would Tolv say about that?
Guys, I think we got the information we need. We're running a little behind on our, vink appointment, Private Parts, you're doing good, right? Private?
He's nodding and keeping notes.
Okay, great. We're gonna head out of here. We're gonna go to the west exit. Keba and Murphin, you wanna come with?
No, we've had enough. We're pretty content down here.
Okay, great. You live a prosperous, happy life, and I hope you avoid all war and combat. That'd be nice. Sounds like a good life.
Before we leave the room, could Doug just look around and see if there's anything like weapons or supplies or anything like that around this room?
I don't know if I can do this while still attached. Also, I wanted to look in the Baron and see if they had anything.
Sure, I'll deal with Barbara first and then Chris. Barbara, make me an investigation check. I think we may have rolled this last week, but let's do it again just to be safe.
I'm going to use my inspiration die because that was an 8. Okay, 19.
No, there doesn't seem to really be of anything that you can use. It seems like this is a room primarily for smelting. There's the bloomery, which is the conical chimney made of clay, and the silver slag, and that seems to be the feature dominating this room.
Okay.
Well, nothing to see here, boys. Really empty room. Unfortunate.
Make me an investigation check as well.
Since I've been inside of the Baron for the last 10 minutes, do I have an advantage?
What do you mean inside?
What?
Inside of their armor, pretending to be...
I thought you've just been holding them up.
Yeah, I thought you were weakened at burning. Maybe we've seen different movies.
I guess in my mind, Gunther's small enough he could have stuck his feet in some of the... Anyway, investigation, 12.
She doesn't really have anything. It seems like the things that she had were her armor, of course, which is now singed and burnt, as well as she had that axe, which flew out of her hands, and I think Gigi still has it, as far as I know.
Owns. The word you're looking for is owns.
Owns.
Perfectly crafted pair of silver handcuffs. Ooh.
Oh.
I do love the idea and the visual of Gunther actually wearing the Baron skin and just animating her.
That's weird.
All right, where are we? Are we skedaddling?
Yeah, I think we got to get going.
Okay.
Look away. Look away.
Yeah, that's a way to get us all to look at you.
No. I'm gesturing to the other two, our little friends.
I want to take the head of the Baron.
You want to take her head?
Yes.
You tell that to the two people as you tell them to look away?
No, to my group.
Why?
It's intimidation for later.
I think that's a way to get people to kind of pay too much attention to us if we're going to go around carrying decapitated heads.
Do you have a place to put it away, or what are you planning to do with it? Like attach it to your belt?
Gunther, what if I meet you in the middle and I say, let's just cut off the horn and call it a day?
That will do.
Okay. That's like, proof of defeat, and we could use that as leverage. That's good thinking, Gunther.
I nudge Private Parts and I say, that's some good leadership right there, wasn't it?
Vink, vink.
Stop saying vink, vink.
He nods very encouragingly. And
okay, you make sure I make a note of that for my boy Tove.
Yeah, so we cut off the horns.
2 or 1?
Do you want one?
I think one will do.
Okay, just one.
Okay, yeah. You have a horn from the Baron.
Great.
Keba and Murfin just turn around and leave the room.
Okay.
They clearly don't care.
Yeah. As we're leaving, Natty whispers something to the dead Baron before we're going.
Oh. Okay.
Do we hear it?
No.
I kind of want to roll to hear, honestly. I'm very curious now. Can I give a little roll?
Yeah, can we roll to hear?
Vustago?
I would say, if you're curious about that, first make a perception check to see if you even see that.
That's a 12.
7.
I'm going to say those aren't good enough. You wouldn't have noticed necessarily.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to notice. 22.
Oh, my God.
That does notice. So then make an investigation check, Doug, to see if you hear it.
I wonder what Natty's doing over there.
What is Natty doing?
Oh, it's only a 12. I don't think I hear anything.
You hear it perfectly.
Oh.
I like your gate slightly cutting out of your microphone. I heard.
It just looked like you were kissing your mic a bunch.
Why is Natty kissing the Baron's ear? Weird. Okay.
All right, Captain Tove, after you, Sergeant.
Here we go.
Hey everyone, if you're not already aware, we've taken the adventures of the Infinites and brought them to life in a full live-action series with puppets. It's called Stinky Dragon Adventures, and it's an adaptation of the Infinite campaign. We've got 8 full episodes packed with original stories with new and familiar characters. It's everything you love about the podcast, but now you can see the chaos unfold in a whole new way. You can watch all 8 episodes of Stinky Dragon Adventures on our Patreon at stinkydragonpod.com. By signing up, you also get access to stuff like Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay videos where we roleplay as the Infinites, D&D one-shots with wild new characters and stories, and behind-the-scenes content, bonus episodes, a whole lot more. So if you're enjoying Stinky Dragon and want to support what we're making, from puppets to podcasts to video games, head over to stinkydragonpod.com and please sign up today. It really helps. Thank you so much.
Walking to the west exit, the one that Keba and Murfin told us about.
All right. You exit out the door on the western part of the room, and you find yourself back in that hallway you were previously in that dead-ended in the door that was locked and had no latch, and you realize you're coming out from the other side of that.
Oh, so we've gone full circle.
Yeah, we went out the exit.
Were there any unexplored routes that we took based on you guys' maps?
There was a west door that we didn't take, right, Gus?
Correct, and you're looking at it right now, actually.
Yeah.
If you continue down this hallway, it branches off to the south, which is where the long hallway with that mural of the coins,
right.
And then directly in front of you is another door heading west that I do not believe you guys went through.
Let's try that then. What does that door look like?
Do you think we should be giving the winch way to any more silver so he could give us more of that guiding wind for this journey or anything? Or
is our guiding with us still anymore? Or did it kaput?
Gunther closes his eyes.
Sure, it seems to be pushing you to the west.
Okay, all right, still with us?
Still here. Thank you.
It's just an iron door. Seems rather nondescript.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a little open.
You open up the door, and before you is a decently sized room. Pretty good size. It's dimly lit with flickering lamps. The air seems to be dusty, and the cave walls are shiny. And inside, you see a few grilt mining on walls and in the ceiling. Actually, you see Keba and Murfin in here.
God, we just followed them. This is so awkward.
how did they beat us?
They left before you all did.
Yeah. Okay, well, I was going to have a chat with the gang and maybe just welcome back. Hey, everybody, give a small little round of applause to Private Parts for surviving the Baron. Good job, Private. Wow.
Doug starts clapping.
Yeah.
He's extremely sweaty.
Okay, we got to get upstairs. We got to get to the ground floor. If you guys want to do like a quick search through this room, but we got to keep going west, I think.
Yeah, Keba and Murfin see you all walk in, and they remember you asked how to get out of here, and they both kind of point to the west exit out of this room.
This is awkward. You know when you're like walking with someone, you're like, okay, I'll see you later, and then you like walk the same direction. I feel like that just happened.
I hate when I'm leaving the Chili's to go to my, horse and buggy, and then I say goodbye, and then I hug someone, and then we just walk to the same direction. This is so stupid.
And then you gotta make believe you're like looking for something in your pack, and you're like, okay, I'll see you later. And
my shoe's untied.
Okay, you go on.
Horse and buggy?
Hello, this is my first time meeting you, obviously.
Oh, God.
As we know.
Oh, God.
Could Doug do a quick scan around the room as we're walking through it?
Tolv also.
If you want to do that, make an investigation check.
Tolv saying horse and buggy just tickled me. I don't know why. It's like he's in a production of Oklahoma or something.
13 for Doug.
Nothing particular stands out to either of you. There's a few yellowish hooded lamps hanging around the cavern. The cave walls are kind of shiny with veins of silver that the grill seem to be hard at work mining. And, you see Keba and Murfin still arguing over who's in charge. And out of here, there's an exit path to the west and one to the south, as well as the iron door to the east you came in.
Where does the wind?
I think it was west, right? That's where they were telling us to continue to go.
Yeah, they were pointing to the west, Murfin and Keba.
You guys want to keep going west?
I think so.
You're running this party.
Yeah, you're in charge. You're the leader.
I'm just trying to be political. I'm just trying to be nice. All right, let's go fast. Keep going.
Tolv is a fan of democracy.
Hello, Mervin Keba. Good to see you again, Mervin and Keba.
Pleasure to meet you for the first time.
No, this is you've seen them before, Gunther.
I have a question. While we're walking, can I ask Private Parts something?
Go ahead.
What is the worst thing that you have seen in army?
Probably you lighting the Baron on fire and killing her.
In more of past, not of today.
Maybe when our mess hall was on fire and you all failed to put it out.
Why did you join army?
It's a proud tradition in my family.
He seems to beam at that.
But why are we fighting?
You and I aren't fighting.
No.
I think this conversation is getting deeper than what Gus was prepared for.
Yeah, I thought it was a question. Now we're having like a longer conversation.
What is the purpose of war?
Yeah, let's keep things moving along.
Yeah. As we pass by the Grelps, Natty goes, y'all should unionize. And then leaves.
You all continue to the west, and it seems like it's pretty rocky out of this exit, almost like maybe the mine had partially collapsed and is now cleared out. But you continue your way to the west, and once you exit the room, you find yourself in a long passageway, and you recognize it as the passageway you initially dropped down into from the upper level.
Is this the room where the villagers found us and talked to them?
They're one level up from here.
Oh, okay. This is what we drop down into.
Correct.
To get away from them.
Yeah, it's almost like a T intersection of two long passageways. The air's dusty, the cave walls are shiny. There was an unlit torch here, but I think Gunther took it, didn't light it, but just like held on to it. And then to the west, there's a path that smells of fresh air. You came from the east, and then down to the south is that narrow crawl space that Doug went through where you eventually found the Wind Trader. Oh, and there's a hole above you in the ceiling that you all dropped down into.
But we never went west though, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you said it smells good there? It's like
fresh air.
Fresh air.
Fresh air smells like the sea. Could be Indridge Bay. Let's keep going fast, guys.
Follow your nose.
Yeah. Tolv bravely leads the way west.
Roll for bravery.
It's the shoulders and the glutes into it.
Blaine is shimmying. Apparently that's what bravery looks like.
Yeah.
It is brave to walk with such stupidity.
It's brave to walk like that in a dungeon without looking for traps. Tolv steps on a pressure plate and the ground explodes.
Oh, no!
I'm kidding. You all continue to the west, and eventually this path winds and leads back out to the surface level, and you find yourself back out on the ground level.
Is there any like villagers or anything around us, like with pitchforks?
You see some people here from the ruins of Razine on the surface, looking down into the hole that you had previously fallen into like several episodes ago, talking with more citizens of the ruins of Razine down there. And they seem to be trying to coordinate getting the silver and the lumber back out to the surface.
Should we like avoid them, do you think? Because they were kind of razzed at us last time. And I kind of gave Cobb some direction on just taking some of this stuff.
Yeah, I think we should cut our losses and head west. I think we've had plenty of adventure here for Private Parse to be taking some notes for us.
Doug, how are you feeling? What's the vibe? We could check back in with Kolb or Cobb.
I think we've done here. It seems like I think it's time to move on. We'll remember these people fondly and taking plenty of notes of all the people we met, what they were wearing, everything like that. So if we do see them again, Doug will remember.
We will see them at reunion.
Yeah, I want to get a quick check. How is everybody feeling? Spell slots, HP, and such. You think we should take like a long rest?
I don't know what those things are you keep saying.
How are you? How are your magic juices? Are you topped up there, Natty? You need a refill?
I'm doing fine.
I think if we can find a spot that is secret, it would be prudent to take a short break.
Doug, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. But, if the team wants to take a break, Doug's the team player.
Gus, how are we doing on time? Like, we had, 3 days to get to Indridge Bay?
Look at you. Yeah, you had 3 days. In game time, let's say roughly 16 hours. You've gone through like 2 shifts and you're entering like the third portion of the first day.
So we haven't slept in 16 hours?
No, and in fact, I was going to bring that up in a bit. I was going to let you all figure out what you're doing. If necessary, I was going to bring that
Maybe
up.
we should take a little sleep.
I have a question. In a meta world, like, do we get sleep deprived if we don't sleep?
I was going to explain that if we got to that point, but yeah, there would be, you can continue and you can push yourself. There can be some downsides to continuing, like exhaustion, for example.
Okay. Then I say once we get past the village people from Raisin and find a nice little spot.
Is that what you all are doing, just to clarify?
Yeah, I think we didn't want to re-engage with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
As you all are talking amongst yourselves, figuring out what to do, you hear a voice call out.
You found my axe.
Oh, Palamode.
Oh, wait, Pie.
Gigi looks around, has no idea what you're talking about.
You all look up and turn around, and you see Palamode walking straight towards you four.
Hello. Yes, the axe that you were looking for.
Yeah, I thought you all abandoned me there after you freed me. You took off so quickly.
Tove?
Oh, our social batteries are a little running dry, but we couldn't forget you, Palamode. So yeah, here's your axe. Gigi, go ahead and give the nice lady the axe.
Deagle.
Come on, Gigi.
Could Gunther try and tickle the Gigi?
Well, I'm rolling for 2 different things right here, if that's what you guys are doing. First, Tove was asking, okay? I rolled a 2. Gigi ain't complying.
Okay, well,
yeah. Can Gunther tickle to release the axe?
Natty chimes in. I wouldn't do that, Gunther. He don't respond too well to tickles.
Yeah, I think I've already done it though.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I love the commitment.
Yeah, I rolled another 2. Gigi attacks Gunther.
Oh my gosh!
Get him.
So I need to roll for attack.
Okay. Would Gigi swing the axe, or would Gigi just start chomping on Gunther and then drop the axe?
Well, because Gigi's attack is a claw. So I think Gigi would then have to use the axe.
Okay, so then we said it would be with disadvantage. That's how we had you roll on the Baron, because it was so heavy and difficult to pick up.
Well, that's a nat 20. Do you have to roll again if you're at a disadvantage?
You're at disadvantage, so yeah, you do. Because you take the lower roll.
What modifier did we give the attack?
I think we just rolled it, and then we decided to see. I'll look it up.
Okay, that's a 16. So it's a nat 20 and a 16.
That's probably a hit. What's your armor class, Gunther?
Oh, it's a 17.
Oh, okay,
I just saw Chris wink.
No, it really is.
Okay.
Gigi, I think, actually has no modifier because Gigi is not proficient in any weapon usage, I would imagine. So there would be no modifier to that.
Yeah, Gigi doesn't have that listed on his character sheet at all. No weapon proficiencies.
So it would just be 16.
Okay.
So yeah, the axe swings around and hits you, but you deflect it, Gunther, kind of knock it out of the way. It doesn't actually strike you.
I think Gunther would because he's more evasive. He wouldn't deflect it. He would flip over or something, do a dodge.
Palamode says,
Oh my, careful with that. It's very delicate. What's that?
And she points at you, Natty.
Is that my Tempest Tinker pickaxe?
Does Natty have a pickaxe?
Did you take it?
Oh,
I think
you picked up the pickaxe during the fight with the first fight with the Baron, right?
The Tempest Tinker?
Oh, yeah.
Do not recall that at all.
He stole it off one of the gardeners, I believe.
It's the one that the head changes into a breath weapon attack.
I'm going to just believe y'all. That's what I've chosen to do.
Pie is so good we ran into you because we have so many things to give you.
When Gigi took his swing, could Tolv have nabbed it when he was at the apex of his swing, missing? I'm just trying to grab it from the thing, the baby.
If you want to try that, make a dexterity check to see if you are able to snatch at it.
Okay. 9.
You try to. It's just spinning so fast you're not able to grab it.
This is, I have to, as the father of the group, this is exactly how this would go.
The baby has a knife.
If the toddler does not want to give you something, have fun. Have fun getting it from them. That's how it is. Natty hands over the pickaxe. I have no quarrel here.
Oh, thank you. I've been looking for this for so long. Thank you.
You're welcome.
After doing Gunther's little flip and seeing Tolv not grab the axe, can Gunther attempt to, with his tongue, grab the pickaxe from afar?
Yeah, if that's something you can do, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you can use his tongue to grab stuff. I think it's like a 15-pound like strength limit or something like that.
Yeah, go for it.
So what would that be? Just like a sleight of hand?
You tell me. There's not a check for it.
Did we do any checks with Palamode before to make sure that they're cool?
No,
I don't think so. I don't know if you've really talked to her very much.
I don't think we did either.
Because she was under the imprisonment of Baron.
They were captured within the obelisks.
Captured.
Yeah.
God, couldn't think of a word.
So it says you need to make a dexterity or grapple check with it, Gunther.
Okay. Oh my God, I rolled a 1.
Nope. Giggy's got it. Palamode kind of sees the situation and reads the room and says,
You know what? You all saved me. You gave me the Tempest Tinker back. Why don't you just drop the woodcutter axe on the way back when you're done?
Doug, you're a bit of an inventor. Could you, I don't know, fashion some sort of cage or something for little Giggy here?
Oh, Natty's looking at you with some pretty rough eyes.
They're not helping.
Look, you do not want me to try and make any sort of handcuffs, all right?
How about Doug has a motherly spirit. How about Doug holds Giggy for a little bit?
Oh.
And just does some bouncing.
Do you want me to roll to see how if what Giggy does with that?
Yeah, if he lets me pick him up and bounce him on Uncle Doug's knees.
I rolled a 17, which usually means the positive thing happens. So let's say Giggy lets you pick him up. He's still holding on to the axe.
More like Funkle Doug.
Meh.
Why did I not get that?
Funkle?
Fun Uncle.
Fun Uncle. Okay, there. Thank you.
As he's holding Giggy, could Doug... Are there would you say rocks or pebbles around on the ground somewhere?
Yeah.
Could Doug pick one up and use magical tinkering to make a pebble glow a cool blue color and hold it up for Giggy and be like, oh, shiny pebble. Isn't this cool? It needs 2 hands to play with though because it's very delicate.
I feel like this is the kind of thing Giggy would be into, but I don't want to speak on Giggy's behalf.
I mean, Gus, you're part of the people that are holding the steering wheel on Giggy. So does Doug just make a persuasion check, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, make a persuasion check. I'll tell you what, make a deception check with advantage.
I like that.
Oh, God. Okay, well.
No one can roll a winning roll against this toddler.
I have a terrible modifier on my deception, so I rolled a 6 and then a 5, so it's a 6.
I think Giggy's hands grasp even tighter around the axe.
God. I just want to be very clear because often I know I can be a stick in the mud. I'm not causing any of this. I just want to make it very clear.
These are the rules. This is what happens.
I have done nothing.
Palamode reiterates.
Why don't you all just bring it on the way back? I'll be fine. I have a lot of work to do. I have to reset up my shop.
Well, don't worry, because your axe is in good hands.
And points to Giggy, who's not letting go of it.
Yeah.
I can see that. Let him have some fun with that.
Was there a reward? I do not remember.
No.
No.
The missing axe don't.
She says,
My gratitude?
I will cherish it forever.
I'll tell you what. Since you asked, I'll teach you a little something. Are you magically inclined?
I believe in the magic, but I am not so.
Well, I'll try and teach you something. I can teach you a spell.
I shall try.
It's a real handy spell. It's called Animate Object.
Gunther bows, listening.
okay. She goes through the motions and tries to teach you this arcane spell. Make a Arcana check for me, Gunther.
That's probably high with Gunther.
It probably is. I think he's probably good at that.
No, I rolled a 5. I will use my inspiration die.
The trick is to yell it.
That's how you know he's serious.
That's a 9.
It's good use of inspiration dice.
Yeah. It seems so foreign to you, Gunther. But she seems really enthusiastic about it and very interested in it.
Can I look at Doug and be like,
Doug, perhaps you are more inclined to learn of these things.
I just don't know if Gunther can
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, just to be safe, why don't I write it down for you?
You see her dash off, and then a short time later, she comes back holding a scroll, and she hands it to you, Gunther.
Ooh. It is very kind of you.
Thank you for returning the Tempest Tinker, and I'll see you on the way back with that woodcutter axe.
I'm sorry I've shamed your teaching.
It's okay.
Before you go, Pi, when we came into town, I think Yadi said that they needed to talk to you. Does that ring any sort of bell?
Oh, I should go talk to her.
Do you need us to be around for that? I know could it be something important that pertains to us? Just curious, weird question.
No, it's fine. It's our own issue to deal with.
That's how we found out about Pi. There was a person named Yadi who was looking for them. I didn't know if that was something that needed to get full circled.
It was like a thing that could have happened before. Now it's like time's passed. It's
gotcha.
Living world.
This is when you go into your quest log and you abandon a quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You know any safe areas around here for us to set up camp?
Yeah, if you head west a bit, there is a small clump of trees you could set up camp in. I know travelers like to camp out there.
That sounds like a pretty lush area for a little nap ski.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Bye, Pi. Don't run into any more barons.
I'll try not to.
Careful out there.
You guys want to head west to the clump of trees?
Yeah, I feel like overall that was a net positive.
Yeah.
We saved a person. Met a wind trader.
Yeah, and she got her pickaxe back.
I've shamed my family.
You're fine, Gunther. Don't worry about it.
Did you just say you shaved your family?
No, they do not have hair.
That's not what I was asking. I was asking if you said you shaved your family.
No.
While we're walking, can Gunther check for any surprises that might be laying in wait or anything that might be hidden?
Sure. Actually, what I was going to do, I was going to make the team leader make that check because he's taking point. So, Tolf, why don't you make me a survival check?
Okay. That'll be that looks like a 1.
What a way to phrase it.
It was hidden behind a group of texts, so then I was just like, yes, that's a 1, yeah.
A 1.
You all travel for a bit, a couple hours, and as you do so, what was a light drizzle eventually turns into a torrential downpour. Along the way, you come across a curious set of skeletal remains that appear to be maybe non-humanoid.
Can we investigate the skeletons? What kind of skeletons are these?
Make let's call it a survival check, I guess.
Okay.
If you guys want to pitch in with this roll, I wouldn't mind.
18.
10.
I rolled an 18.
Twins.
In that case, Doug and Natty, you both recognize that this is a gnoll skeleton. In fact, it appears to be carrying a small purse with it.
A gnoll skeleton?
Yeah, Gnoll.
Could Doug look in the purse?
Yeah, you open up the purse and take a look, and there's 5 gold pieces in it.
Okay, guys, a gold piece for each of us and 2 for finder's fee.
Fair.
And in fact, Doug, as you're looking at it and pulling out the gold, you see that there's another coin leading down a path to the left.
Another coin?
Gold piece. Yeah.
Okay, well, first, could I distribute each person a gold piece?
Yeah, I get one too? One for each of us?
Yeah.
I said
Private
2
parts.
to finder's fee. Extra for me.
Okay.
I'll use it for the group eventually.
Is Doug still holding Giggy?
Yes.
Where's Giggy?
With like one arm while he's like looking with the other.
Yeah.
Hey guys, there seems to be another gold piece over there, just out in the open. But it seems a little suspicious. Maybe the skeleton who used to be a gnoll was looking for something or collecting gold pieces and got mid-collection.
Yes.
So I don't know if someone wants to maybe like try to reach for the piece and see what happens, so, like from a distance type thing. Anyone have like a mage hand or something?
Oh, yeah, I do. I forgot I have it. I haven't used it.
Use the force.
I'm using the force called my hand. And I cast Mage Hand and I pick up the coin.
Yeah.
Can Gunther kind of hide in the woods while this is happening?
Sure. Make a stealth check, Gunther. Yeah, you pick it up and retrieve it, Natty. And as you're doing so...
15.
Oh, that's a good roll. You see there's another gold coin further down the path to the left on the ground.
Well, I give that gold coin to Giggy.
The one you just got? Yeah.
Can't carry it with both hands holding that axe.
Oh.
I put it in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get that back in 2 to 3
Yeah,
business
that's where
days.
he keeps all his money. Mage Hand is 30 feet range. Can I just go to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. I pick up that one.
Yeah.
And I bring it back to Giggy, and I feed it to the Giggy bank.
So Giggy now has 2 gold pieces in his mouth.
Well, in his possession.
Oh, okay.
John, did you just make a piece of merch that we're going to have to sell in the store now? The Giggy Bank. Come on.
I love it.
Oh, I didn't even realize. It's like a piggy bank.
Yeah,
that's
what
that was clever.
It's a Giggy bank. Yeah, but it goes in, but the coins never come out.
They never come out.
It's indestructible.
They come out in about 2 hours.
You look further down the path and you see there's another gold coin, even further, more than 30 feet away now at this point.
Okay, Giggy runs after those coins.
Okay, yeah, there's a couple more.
Guys, as team leader, I feel like I have to point out this is so clearly a trap. I mean, Skellington's a trail of gold.
Giggy keeps following the coins and eating them.
Okay.
I guess Gunther's following discreetly from his hidden spot.
Okay, yeah, you watch Giggy go, and total going down that path, there were 5 gold coins. I don't know if you want to add that for Giggy. And Gunther, make me a perception check.
8.
And you see that at the end of the path, like Giggy doesn't pay any attention to it because, Giggy's preoccupied with the gold. But you see down at the end of the path, there's what appears to be an abandoned campsite.
Oh, convenient.
Appears to be abandoned. Does it look like recently abandoned or abandoned a long time ago? Is like the dust of the fire still smoldering, or is there any like ash at all where it had been blown away and covered with growth?
You'll have to get out from your stealth and go out and investigate it if you want to ascertain any further details.
Gunther looks at his leader.
You probably can't see them anymore at this point because you've gone down more than 30. Like you're down, separated on your own.
Gotcha. All right, then Gunther's gonna move closer and to investigate. Then,
okay,
like still staying out of view, but like get closer.
You can't have it both ways. I said like you're gonna have to get out of stealth if you want to come out here and investigate.
Gunther leaves and goes back to the group.
Okay, and you report what you found.
There is an abandoned campsite. Giggy is having lots of fun, but I worry that it could be a trap.
Okay, so guys, let's maybe head towards the camp, split up, surround it, and then move in slowly in case it's a trap. That sound fun?
Yes.
Cool little stealth mission, huh?
Cool little stealth mission.
I shall go from above.
And Gunther wants to like climb up the tree and go across. Can I do that?
Yeah, make a.
Just imagining this like frog just leaping from.
Make a strength check to get up in the tree, I guess.
Can I do acrobatics?
Are you going to jump?
Yeah.
That's right, I forgot. You are a croak folk, so yeah, I'll give you that one.
That's a 15.
You hop up into the tree and make your way that way. And then what's everyone else's plan of attack here?
I'm just walking down the path.
All right.
Okay, there's walking down the path. Then I want to go through some of the brush and then maybe approach the camp from the other direction that Gunther is approaching from.
And Doug?
Doug, I think, would kind of just follow the path, but sneakily, since he's very sneaky.
Oh.
I just like imagine.
It's like a Kronk from Emperor's New Brew.
Make me a stealth check, Doug, just so I have it.
Do I get advantage?
Not if you're cronking.
I'm not cronking. I'm sneaking.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. 21.
Oh, where did Doug go?
I just go.
Natty, you walk down the path and you walk into a campsite much like Gunther described it. You look around and it appears abandoned. There's nobody here, but you see some packs and a bonfire amongst some tree stumps that seem to be giving an edge to the clearing.
Quick question then. What is it about it that seems abandoned if you just described
There's no one here.
Oh, okay. Unoccupied.
Sure.
Okay. My brain, I'm like, abandoned means everything's gone. But packs and a bonfire means not abandoned, but unoccupied. But that's just semantics. So there's clearly people that are staying here just aren't here right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though, because there was Skellingtons over there. I mean, they must have abandoned it. That's strange. Is that weird to you guys?
I mean, I don't know how long them bones been there. They could been there for a long time. Usually bones means that body been there for a while.
Yeah, but if there's like gold coins leading from the Skellington to the camp, but there's a lit fire, that's strange.
Maybe that Noel was stealing from them and then
died of old age.
Yep.
It's a very
just at a really bad time.
Logical hypothesis, yeah.
Died of old age and then was left there rotting away for years and years.
Yeah, his last action was stealing those coins before he died.
There's no tent or anything? Oh God, Gus is rolling something.
Gunther, as you're in the tree watching, an arrow whizzes by your head, nearly hitting you, but missing.
Oh,
little
Which
Jimmy.
means hurry up.
Yeah. Gunther jumps off from the tree. It says, "We're under attack. Arrows." Take cover.
What is the household chore that you most like to avoid?
I was going to say more questions.
That was good. Oh my God, are we going to fight you, Gus?
The arrow shooter.
He's 50 feet tall.
Did any of us see that arrow fly by?
I would say probably not, because y'all are focused on the ground. This was up in the trees.
But Gunther did alert us to it, though.
Yeah.
Okay, gang, I think we got to form up.
As Gunther drops down to the ground, several gnolls appear out of the tree trunks in the area and begin menacingly approaching you, with one of them brandishing an axe, saying,
"Give us all your gold."
Howdy.
Are we going to have to find out next week if we actually get out of this?
No.
Hand it over now, or I'll cut you to ribbon.
Right now?
No, I don't think we will.
You just hear from the bonfire area a little toddler hacking up gold that he'd been eating.
I'm a croak folk. We do not value gold in the same way that you do, but what I can offer you are these pebbles.
Very valuable pebbles.
Natty holds up her hands and like open palms and just goes like, "See, we don't got any gold." And then Natty shoots an Eldritch Blast.
All right, go ahead and see if that hits for me, Natty.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nat 20.
It hits.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll for damage?
Yeah.
Plus a bonus die because he rolled a nat 20.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, the bonus one is at max damage.
So the D10 is the die.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 9 plus 10 plus a 3. That's the damage. Plus they get pushed back 10 feet and take an extra 3 damage. So 25 damage.
Rest in peace, Noel.
You hit this gnoll with the axe who's menacing you with the Eldritch Blast, and it pushes them back 10 feet, and they just like disintegrate and fall to pieces from the absolute force of the blast.
Gunther makes a mental note not to threaten Natty.
Natty then squares her hands towards the other guy and says, "Who else wants to meet my wife?"
They all look at each other and then look at you and then turn around and run away.
Did any of them pass through an attack of opportunity?
No.
Okay.
Well, guys, welcome to our new camp. Make yourselves at home. Way to go, Natty.
Do you think if we maybe do like a rest or anything like that, one of us, we should like do like shifts, because I'm worried they might try to come back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say you guys get some shut eye and I could take first watch.
Can we check the packs that were sitting here abandoned?
Oh, good call.
Yeah. You open one up and it's just stuffed with straw.
Look, there is enough straw for all of us.
I'm going to let you keep all that, Gunther.
You could take my share, Gunther. That's cool.
This is great feed for animals.
Natty sets up for a sleep.
All right. And Tolv, you have first watch. Is anyone going to relieve Tolv, or is Tolv going to watch the whole night?
I'll take second watch.
Do we need to roll for those, or can we also log a long rest?
Yeah, you can go ahead and log them. Natty, you fall asleep and you open your eyes, awake, half buried in sand. No sun, no moon, no stars. Only blackness that gradually meets a horizon of dim purple. Black sand dunes ripple with labyrinthian spirals, and at the center of the spirals are small cairns. And between dunes are shallow streams of mist that continue on past the horizon. You feel like you're familiar with this place, Natty. It's kind of fuzzy, like as if you've been here in a dream in the past, maybe?
Oh, I think I know where I am.
Where are you?
Natty looks around for a familiar face.
Yeah, you look around and you see a female centaur with a white coat and pale features who's trotting over silently. One eye dimly glows lavender and the other is pitch black, and she's dressed in a cloak of black sand.
You're the Janaya?
Take an inspiration die.
That's funny. Do I recognize this person?
Yeah, it's your wife.
Sugar pie!
She looks at you and she conjures an hourglass of black sand that flips over and begins falling. She says,
"Oh, it's so great to see you. When did we last see each other?"
I don't know. It's hard to keep track of time in this little here sandopolis you've got going on.
Oh, so true.
She peeks at the hourglass as the sand goes through.
What was it that we talked about last time? I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue.
I think we were just talking about how Gigi's how he's faring with his growing up.
Oh, Gigi, how is he doing, that little rascal?
He got his first axe.
Oh, I wish I had seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of many, okay?
Oh, yes. I've been busy and received so many spirits from you as of late. They are gonna make great additions. Some more than others.
Yeah, I've been trying to send people your way whenever I can.
She smiles, a big smile.
Oh, how I tire of all of this. It's the waiting, isn't it? I long for that glorious day to come.
I mean, you know, the journey is part of the fun.
I have to remind myself of that. It's just, I long for all of this to be over.
And she points around.
Yeah, when's that gonna happen, you know?
Oh, I don't know yet.
And she looks over at the hourglass again, and you look as well, and you see that it's nearly empty. Do you have any parting words for your wife?
Oh, have you been getting my messages?
She smiles big and says,
I have!
And as she says that, you sink into the black sand once more, and you wake up.
Okay.
Natty.
Tolv has been watching her this whole time.
Natty, you look like you're having a nightmare. Are you okay? It's morning.
Oh, hey, Tolv. No, I had a great night.
Sorry, I swear. Micah, I want you to put an alarm clock with me.
I picture like Natty opens her eyes and it's just Tolv like an inch away from her face, face to face. Natty.
Not touching her or anything, just yelling and staring.
Yeah. Hello.
How'd you sleep, Tolv?
It's morning.
You know, I had a decent rest. I'm feeling 100% again. Ready to rage, ready to take on the day.
Yeah.
Ready to potentially hand off my leadership role. Yeah. I think I've completed my watch.
A whole half a day, huh?
Should I keep going? I don't know.
That's up to you.
No. Good Blaine. Don't be Blaine. Be Tolv.
That's a command decision.
I think I only had him for what, 2 episodes?
You're fine. Do you.
Yeah, I'll pass the baton.
WWTD. What would Tolv do?
What would Tolv do? Tolv, yeah, I think that's enough. In the event that we end up going like for multiple days, because it makes sense, because if Natty had it for like half of a day and then I took over for the rest of the day, then we could pass it for you guys for the next day.
Don't overthink it. I think Tolv feeling like he needs to pass it on sounds like a Tolv move.
Doug.
Just go for it. No bad decisions. No wrong decisions.
Okay. I'm going to wake up Doug. Doug.
Hello, Tolv.
Doug is like wide awake staring at him as he's doing this the whole time.
I shake Doug's hand and I say, hello, new leader.
Leader? Me?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess that I will be up for the challenge, leader Tolv. I mean, subordinate Tolv.
Okay, nice salute.
You salute yourself.
All right, team. What do we see? What do we see during the night? Anybody see anything suspicious, or anyone try to come back to camp at any point?
I would say from the people who were on watch, their perspective, nothing seemed to have happened. It was a quiet night.
Peaceful night.
Did we get a long rest, just to confirm?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Doug, I think also over the night, I think we leveled up, right, guys, right?
Y'all have accomplished so many of your mission objectives.
I think now that we're all rested, we should take advantage of this vim and vigor we've been gifted and head to the Eldritch Bay.
Endridge.
Endridge Bay.
Sorry, I got Eldritch
That's
on
why
the
you're
mind.
not the leader anymore.
It's true. It's true.
Boom, got her.
While we were doing our watch, could Gunther have gotten that axe from Gigi and replaced it with one of his own axes, like hand axes?
I mean, we'll have to maybe make some rolls for that. I don't know. Like, I feel like Gigi's pretty attached to it at this point.
He
and
might have been
sleeping with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like his new teddy bear.
I just didn't know if we were supposed to, because we were supposed to leave it somewhere. So that's why I was
on the way back. In my mind, because you all want it so much, Gigi is now like clamped onto it, and like it's still in recent memory. It's like maybe if you give it time, it'll fade. But now I think Gigi is like all over that thing. All right, what's the move, Doug?
All right, I think we continue west to Endridge Bay.
That's it. You press on through the brush and shrubs for another hour or two, and the piercing rainfall and harsh winds continually pelt your faces. Thunder booms and lightning pierces the sky, but another sound follows the stormy soundscape. The lapping of water against wood. The rough gravel and weedy dirt slowly gives way to damp sand and briny seaweed. After detours fraught with demons and demigods, you finally reach your destination. Endridge Bay.
that Doug just had to lead us the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Way to go, Doug.
Find out what Doug's next command decision is on the next episode of Tales from the Sneaky Dragon.
New location.
Pew, pew, pew.
Doug immediately hands off leadership.
Done. Did it.
All right.
That's it. End on a high note.
Find out if that really happens next time. Thanks for listening, everyone. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Don't forget to check out store.stinkydragonpod.com for all your stinky merch needs. We've got a Council of Barbarians tee. It's all your favorite barbarians on one t-shirt. We've also got the Stinky Spring Collection 25. We've got a vintage Dusty Dragon tee, Prestidigitation Spelling tee. I love that one. I love all of them. A Vibe Check hat and more. New episodes of Tales from the Stinky Dragon premiere every other Wednesday wherever you stream podcasts and on the Stinky Dragon YouTube channel. Want to listen to the show 48 hours early and ad-free? Become a patron at stinkydragonpod.com or become a member of Beacon at beacon.tv. Both memberships support the show and receive access to our exclusive bonus series, Second Wind, and a member-only Discord for their respective platform. Become a patron, you get access to even more exclusive bonus content, the Stinky Dragon community, Discord events, and you can get your name shouted out. Just like Guarev, who's at Jigsy, Jeremiah, at Jerry0, Jerry8, Jerry, that's a lot of Jerrys, Mom of Turton Fizz, Halmunder Hilmerson, and finally, Cayman Diamenta. These patrons directly support the show and get ad-free episodes, access to our patron-only Discord server, bonus content like Second Wind and Behind the Screen, and much more. In fact, here's a quick peek from last week's Second Wind.
Talk to me about the episode. Talk to me about Preacher Reggie. Talk to me about Private Parts being strapped to a leather table with iron strap.
Well, first of all, Greggy, as he's known by his close friends. Yes. What do you think his deal was? Was he like...
Yeah, we never did figure that out.
Was there a version where he was bad?
There's nothing creepier than like us going down a hallway in a cave and a guy saying, "You want to purify the world," you know, like, yeah. So I think he was probably going to always be friendly, but we just were left with that first encounter to simmer on for a week thinking we were about to die.
I wonder if they were lying whenever they said they hadn't seen the Baron and Private Parts pass by, because we asked and they said they hadn't.
It's a good chance.
Yeah, but then we continued along that way.
Well, but I think no matter how you swing it, you would have had to have passed by Reggie to get there. So either we found a continuity issue with Micah and Gus, or Reggie lied.
Technically, if my map is correct, which now I'm doubting my own map, when we were in the room with the two different kinds of wind symbols, the one that was like on the made with chains and one that was on the coin, there were 3 exits that went up around that bend. One was the one that went to the spatula room that then led to the Private Parts torture chamber. One was the one...
On the phrasing.
Private Parts torture chamber.
Listen,
it's like some like red light district establishment.
Again, stinkydragonpod.com. We can't thank you enough for your support that lets us make this show. Listeners who interacted with us on the Stinky Dragon Discord had NPCs named after them in this episode, like Keba Bucky, named after Trex, voiced by Kyla Cook, at Defined by Kai, from Same Brain TV. Murphin Bakerson, named after Hugh Mann, voiced by Beth May, at Hey Beth May, from the Dungeons and Daddies podcast. Palamode, named after Andrew Lamont, voiced by Ashley McNew, at Smashry on Instagram. The Baron, named after Shield Maiden, voiced by Hannah McCarthy, at Hi Hello Hannah. Additionally, Private Parts, voiced by Ben Ernst, at Halcyon_Ben. And Natty's Wife, voiced by Jessica Vasami, at Jessica Vasami on Instagram. There's like 5 A's in there. This week's error question was submitted by Crazy Mage 524. This episode of Tales from the Stinky Dragon was produced by Ben Ernst, written, edited, and composed by Micah Reisinger, with additional editing work by Catherine Arnold. Tune in next time for another thrilling episode of Tales from the Stinky Dragon.
One watering can of this Wessel Witter. Let me try that again. One watering can of this Whistle Witter. God damn it. One watering can. Previously, our adventurers ran into Reggie, the imprudent preacher. I'm just going to f this all up. I'm never doing this again.